Well, hello. Welcome to Dayton Public Schools, The Next Level. We've not been on in quite some time. I'm the superintendent, Dr. David E. Lawrence, and I am here with some of our superstar high schoolers, and we're going to talk about programming today and also the pride that they have in each school and why DPS is the place to be, so to speak. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, talk a little bit about who they are, and then we'll jump right into this week's level of the Next Level podcast. And I'm going to start with Jordan.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jordan. I go to Stiver School of the Arts. I'm in the theater magnet there, and I'm a part of College Promise and now Flyer Promise for UD.
My name is Christian. I go to Paul Laurence Dunbar. I'm a part of the National Honor Society over there at Dunbar, and I'm also a student ambassador at St. Clair Upward Bound.
My name is Ariana Canales. I go to Belmont High School. I am part of the National Honor Society and the ETS program here at Belmont.
Hey, my name is Ian. I'm a senior at Meadowdale Career Technology Center, and my career pathway at my school is engineering robotics. But I'll be talking about the Botillion and ETS program.
You were in the I did see you at the Botillion.
Yeah.
That ding, ding, ding. When I walked in, I said, I've seen him somewhere before. Yeah, I sure did see you.
Hi, my name is Mariah Lawrence. I represent the Thurgood Marshall STEM High School. I participate in CCP, the Take Flight program, in Upward Bound with St. Clair.
So I'm going to tell the viewing audience, I didn't even know this until yesterday. I have so much family. I mean, my dad, he had like 7 brothers and sisters, and they all had lots of kids, and then they had kids. And so I'm walking through Thurgood the other day, and I see Mariah coincidentally, and she tells me she's going to be on the show today, and she tells me her last name is Lawrence, and then I ask her about it. And so we are actually related. Her great-grandfather and my father were brothers, and so it's good to have family on. Go right ahead.
All right, my name is Norbert, and today I'm going to be representing David H. Ponent, a CTC. I'm in construction, and I'm also in YSP, Young Scholar Program.
Yeah.
And that is it, actually.
Okay. Jordan, tell me about some of your programs, how you got in them and what they're like.
So my first program I'm a part of is the College Promise program. My grandma actually got an email from our old guidance counselor, Asa Dorian, and he said how I would be a good fit for this program. And so I applied, and then I got an interview. And this was all in 8th grade or 7th grade. And then eventually I got in, and so that gave me a mentor for the past 4 years. And it also brought me to UD. I had many different college partners. And we also have like little like get-togethers like at like the Dragon Stadium and like going to like concerts and stuff like that. So that's always fun. And we get to meet with our mentors at least once a week, unless if like they can't make it or if like I can't make it and such. But College Promise brought me to Flyer Promise and with UD, and so it's basically like, kind of like the same thing as College Promise but with UD. And we, again, I had to apply, and then I got an interview, and then eventually I was there.
I want to let the audience know that the Flyer Promise scholarship is $50,000 per year. So over the course of 2 years, it's almost $250,000. It's one of the best scholarships in the region, and I cannot wait for you to be able to utilize it. And she also mentioned David Asadorian sent an email to her grandmother. David Asadorian, he has a nickname. It's called Ace. And had he retired when you got there, or did he work a little bit longer?
No, he retired, I think, either my sophomore or my freshman year. I'm pretty sure my sophomore year.
Okay.
So now we have Kyle Thompson.
Okay.
I think he's doing a pretty good job right now. I go to him all the time for schedule mix-ups and scholarships. But so I think he's doing a really good job right now.
Shout out to Ace if you're watching. Ariana, tell me about some of your programming.
ETS program. I joined
Educational Talent Search?
Yes, sir. I joined it my freshman year, actually, when my sister was a junior. I saw her going on all these trips before I became a freshman. She was going on all these trips for, like, colleges and just, being able to get out of school. And, like, it really brought me to that program because, like, I wanted to be, involved in the school before I became a freshman. So with that program, throughout my 4 years, I was able to, look at other colleges and just be able to be more involved with my school and, engage with other students who were scared to join that program.
The Educational Talent Search for our viewers is run through Sinclair. Another shout out to my guy, Dr. Chris Welch. He started over at Belmont, and now he runs an entire division that includes Educational Talent Search. And yes, they go on lots of trips.
Yes, a lot.
Norbert, tell me about some of your programming.
YSP, Young Scholar Program.
Yeah.
At first, got into the program in 8th grade. They scouted me. I was actually invited by a Liberian teacher, got me into the program. So the first time signing up, I had help because, ESL, English First Language.
Yeah.
I had to write paragraphs and stuff, so I needed help with that. Luckily, I got in, It was actually a great opportunity for me since YSP is all about first-generational college and stuff. And so when I got in, I was actually introduced to other people who also got the same scholarship as me. And we meet up in Ohio State.
Yes, you do.
We go around, yep. And then we go around. Sometimes in summers, we go there and we stay for a week. We look around, we hang out with other scholarships, other scholar members, It's a pretty fun experience.
For our viewers, I want you to know that's a guaranteed full ride at Ohio State University.
Yep.
I'm sorry, the Ohio State University. And you and the students don't pay a dime. So the Young Scholars Program is something that we sponsor here in Dayton Public Schools. We have the meeting at Sinclair when students are in the 8th grade. And we have a huge turnout, and it's very competitive. And I love to see the YSP students when they get to Ohio State. I usually go and check in. So when you get there, I'll be coming up to check in.
Come on. You're welcome.
Ian, tell me about some of your programming.
Okay, so I'm with the Botillion and the ETS program through Sinclair. So
you go on lots of trips too, right?
Oh yeah, I go on lots of trips. So with the Botillion, it's a program that brings young African American men together from different schools, and it provides us with like leadership development, like mentorship, and just like getting ready to go into the next phase of our lives. And then for the ETS program with Sinclair, it's basically just to help us get ready for college.
And I saw you at the Botillion when I walked in, and I looked over, and you were kind of leaning over looking at something, and your hair was down. I said, man, I've seen him somewhere before. And I attended the Botillion. The Botillion had one of the largest groups of young men they've had in a long time. Used to be like down to like 10, 12. I think you all might have had close to 30 this year.
Yep, and from our school, 7 from in the Botillion, 7 students from DPS were a part of the Botillion, and 5 of them went to Meadowdale.
That is correct. Meadowdale. When I was looking through the book, Meadowdale was in the house. Shout out to your counselors, and shout out to my guy, the principal, Eddie Davis.
Yep.
Yeah. Christian, let me hear it. Tell me about some of your programs.
So with Upward Bound, kind of like what they said, we go on different trips. They kind of help you maintain your grades a little bit. They come see you once a week. Based on like the day, or like, based on if they can make it or if they can't, or if you can, like she said, kind of like they just help you with get ready for college and all types of stuff. So like with me, when I first got in there, it was my sophomore year. I wouldn't say my GPA was at its, at its best, but over time, with the help of Mr. Payne, shout out Mr. Payne at Sinclair and Ms. Dawn, they helped me kind of like work on my grades a little bit, make sure to check in on me and see what I was doing, stuff like that. And over time, my GPA got better. So yeah, most definitely.
That's great to hear. Yeah. Now, I want the audience to know that so that somebody didn't say it was favoritism. My little cousin's going last. All right, tell me.
So, for starters, with the CCP program, it really started in 8th grade. I was going to the illustrious E.J. Brown. And Miss Gail
Sherry Gill.
Yes, she introduced me to it. She told me it would be a great program for me, and with my academics at the time, how good I was doing in middle school, she thought it would be a great start for me for my freshman year. So I did start CCP my freshman year, and I did go completely through. I was actually the only person in the class that went completely through with doing the English 1101 and English 1201. I completed both those classes. With the Take Flight program, I exceeded a 3.5 GPA over. I kept a 3.5 GPA my freshman year. That program, it really helps get students ready for college. We do a lot of activities that really help students get a better understanding of what college actually is like. I think my favorite part about the Take Flight program is the woman who hosts it, Miss Deborah Rockford.
Yeah.
Yes.
She is,
Shout out to Miss Deborah.
Absolutely.
Really, really enjoy that program. We do go to Wright State. We participate in an event called April Craze. It's very, very fun. This year it was indoors, but they definitely had a lot more to experience there. And I am also part of the Upward Bound program with Sinclair. Shout out to Mr. Gregory Payne. That program, I think it's really beneficial for students who need that extra boost in academics. They help with tutoring if you want to exceed better in a particular curriculum, like for instance IT or nursing. They will give you the resources that you need and the opportunities as well. They come to the school. Mr. Payne comes to the school once a week. We sign up at lunch and, checking in and stuff like that. These get you points, and it's also a good way for students to make money throughout the school year.
Might I add that I think you're first in your class?
I am first in my class.
Yes, so already projected to be the valedictorian next year.
Yes.
So
Congratulations.
I didn't know that until I was in the building yesterday. Obviously I'm proud. So you all have kind of given, first of all, you are so well-spoken, great representatives of Dayton Public Schools. I say this on most of the podcasts, and I'm going to keep saying it. People don't really know what we do and how we do it. For the people who have negative things to say about DPS, they don't know the program we have. They don't know how it helps you grow. And what maybe outside of your family members, they don't know how amazing you are. I think that's the part of my job, honestly, that I think is the best. Most kids ask their parents, what do you do? And what's your job? What do you do all day? And I tell my kids who are older, 31 and 27, I tell them that the favorite part of my job is I get a chance to hang out with kids all day, every day. I open my eyes and I get a chance to go to schools. And I can pick my own schools too. I don't have a schedule. I just pick 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's really fun. And I'm hearing a theme about people who've helped you. Let's talk a little bit now about some of your favorite people that you would consider mentors or supporters that have helped put you in these positions, because I'm going to make sure they get a special copy of this. Ariana, who are some of those people for you?
I think one big person who really helped me throughout my senior year, or just through my years in general, is Miss Salter. Is the person from ETS. She really was on top of me with my grades and just made sure that, I was always okay. If I needed anything or needed someone to talk to, I could go into her office anytime. And then when it came to my senior year, my junior year and senior year, she's like, do you know what colleges you're going to? Do you need help? So then she told me to sign up for this program during the summer before school started. And it was for all the seniors throughout DPS schools to help us get ready for our senior year, to know what days we had to start applying for colleges and just, help with scholarships. And I think she was one of the big person who helped me really commit to going to college, because at first I wasn't really committed. But now, since I really got to see my options, I'm very committed to go to college now.
Jordan, I heard you mention your mentor. Who is that, and who are some of the other people, of the adults who you say, man, they really have made my high school experience? They're from outside the district.
Yeah, my mentor, her name is Kyra. We actually just had one of our last meetings yesterday. She just really helped me keep on track with my grades, especially for senior year. Things got really harder this year. Another person.
And you have her throughout college too, right? Or does it end your senior year?
It ends my senior year, but like I can always like reach out to her and stuff like that. She even said that. So, but another person is Miss Jenny from College Promise. She's one of the directors. She's just helped me so much ever since I was in 8th grade, and she's actually the one who like pushed me to go to UD. Probably because she was also a UD alumni, and so. She's definitely probably one of my biggest supporters as well. Always just pushing me to do my best and keeping up my grades. And then she always like had me like being on top of like sending like my FAFSA in and applying to all these colleges and all of that stuff. And she even like gave me scholarships that like weren't around DPS, and so like that was always a big help from her. I think I'm trying to think of some of my teachers. Honestly, all of my teachers, literally all of my teachers, they've all been like such great helps. Like
you can put all in all capital letters.
Yes.
All capital letters, because I used to work at Stivers, so there's a reason I was in your classroom that day. Shout out to Miss Adri Daniels, one of my favorite teachers.
I was just about to talk to her about her, of how she allows tutoring after school every single day and like lets you retake tests and stuff. And so like that's been like a huge help for me, at least especially with this AP test coming up. So she's one of my favorites too. I love her class. But again, like all of my teachers have just been so supportive of me and like just keeping me on the right track to get to UD.
Mariah, what say you? Tell me some of the people outside and since we're on a roll now, inside, who have been instrumental to help you get in programs and how they've affected you.
So I think the person who's most really helped me, her name is Deja Demings. She is with Omega CDC.
Yeah.
So I participated in Scholars of Hope my 8th grade year at the illustrious E.J. Brown. I did win Scholar of the Year at the end of it. She really pushed me to be more professional, and I learned so much from her. I really can't.
She is amazing. Yes. I hear her name all the time.
Yes.
Deja, I'm looking for you. We're supposed to have lunch. I'm going to find you.
Yes, Miss Deja Demings. So she's been with me since 8th grade year, and she has still been with me. She always has opportunities, resources for me at any point in time. Another person who has been very beneficial for me is Mr. David Baxter. He is also with Omega CDC. This is also my student success navigator. So I see him throughout the week, and I talk about my academics and what goals I have for maybe this quarter or what things I want to reach to do, and even stuff outside of school like working and things like that.
You've been very helpful. I'm going to also say to the viewers, CCP stands for College Credit Plus. I think it's 336501 in the revised code, something like that. And it allows high school students to earn college courses. Mariah may continue to keep going, and she may have her associate's degree before she graduates next year. That is possible. So I'm often asked when we have programs, show me how you measure that and where's the data? And some of the stories you're telling are more than just numbers, or how you feel about the people who have helped you out. What say you, Norbert, about those people externally and some internally who have really made programming for you a thing?
My program, people help me with it?
Yeah. You mentioned the media center person before that signed you up.
Yeah, the librarian.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry, librarian.
Them, I was really close with them in middle school because they were basically like my counselor, something like that. You know, I go to them, I talk to them. There's sometimes they'll call me up, talk about my grades, and if I needed help or if my family needed some type of like food or anything like that. And once I got into high school, I started to meet other teachers. Teachers started helping me out. I met my CTC teacher, Mike Manuel. I got to know him. He helped me work during the summer program. Montgomery Center right there. I was working with them during the summer. That's where I actually met Mr. Mike Manuel right there.
He builds houses, right?
Yeah, he does. He made his house with ICF, insulated concrete foams. I also saw that house. That was pretty awesome. But YSP for me, it's life changing because I never really thought I was ever gonna get a scholarship in middle school. I was just going with the flow at the moment in middle school. So when I actually got the scholarship, it was just mind blowing. So I really had
really
to
critical two words: life changing.
Life changing.
And I think you're right.
Yep.
Ian, what about you?
Well, I have a few mentors. I'll start off with mentioning Dr. Adora. She's a life coach at Meadowdale with the FOC, Females of Color program. Mr. Frank Williams, he's a life coach with the MOC, Males of Color program, and Miss Hubbard with the ETS program. And they all three of them, they help me like with my essays and like college essays, getting ready for like jobs and stuff like that. And yeah, Miss Hubbard, she helps me a lot too with financial aid stuff and that. Also, I forgot to mention that thanks to Dr. Adora and Mr. Frank, like helping me get into the Boateng program. I got 2 years free at Sinclair. Yep. So there I'll be doing fine arts major.
That's amazing. Now, Christian, you went last this time because somebody is going to say, you know, he graduated from Dunbar, and they're his favorite high school. They're going to say that. So this time you had to go last. Go right ahead, Christian. Tell me about your program. And who are those people that have really made it?
First of all, I just want to say Dunbar as a whole is a great school.
The Big Blue.
Yes, the Big Blue, yes. Mainly, like, a lot of people, I mean, they think of Dunbar, they think of, you know, a lot of the stuff that, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I've seen what Dunbar was talked about. I mean, the rivalries, everything. But mainly, I just want to say, like, thank you to all the teachers that I had, especially from, like, starting my freshman year. It's a lot, man. You know, Mr. Noel, Mr. Willis, Miss Conley. I just want to say, like, they helped me think more broad of what I want to do outside the school. Because when you're in high school, you don't really think of, like, just where you're going to be when you get out of out of those 4 years. But they help you think more broadly and think smart when you get out of school. And because it's a lot of stuff that goes on after school. And it's like you can feed into that, but also you have to also know who you are and what you want to do in the future and maintain that. They just helped me understand who I really was as a person, mainly because I didn't really know a lot, especially like with me, where I come from, my parents, like, they never just went to school, but they always encouraged me to just, you know, always, like, push and, you know, try to go to school. It's just been a lot, but at the same time, it's up to me to whether if I want to do that or not, and I've chose to. And over time, I feel like those teachers helped me kind of put a concrete on what I want to do as a stepping stone and just kind of helped me in a lot of ways, but I appreciate them. I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
I can tell you really, really, really do appreciate them.
I do.
Like, this is maybe I can't remember, I don't know, 16th, 17th episode, maybe more, I don't know. But this has been one of the most ones that's been one of my most favorite because we're talking about programming outside of the school and how that affects you. And people ask me all the time, like, why do you have this program? Or why do you do this? And this is an answer. It's an opportunity for me to tell this story through you and the stories that you have and the experiences that you had with all the different programming that we have. I think it's important for any student watching it. In fact, maybe I should make the teachers show this so students can see it. How about that?
It'll be a great way to share all the programs.
Oh my gosh, that's right. We're going to get. I already got the title now. Yes, yeah. So yeah, they should show this so they can share the programs and that students can sign up and become interested. I mean, it's called extended learning. The school day isn't just from the time you walk in until the last bell, but it extends so that I was telling all of my superstar guests before, the students, that my day starts really early and ends really late, and yours do too sometimes. It gets you ready for what's getting ready to happen at some point when you get out in the workforce. Is there anybody, now since I told you about my job, is there anybody, by show of hands, that would like to be the superintendent one day? Superintendent. Okay, maybe. Okay, very good. All right. We need somebody to take my place.
I'm like, I am going in for education for
Okay.
UD, so.
Very good. We know the whole department over there. You're going to be in very good hands. Yes, Dr. McIntosh, Dr. Bowman. You're going to be Dr. Neil Nene. Shout out to you all too. You're going to be in good hands. So now that you heard a little bit about some of the other programs that you're not a part of. Some of it's overlapping. Some of you are in it together. Did you all know each other before today?
No.
I heard a 6 no's. I've never seen these people. Well, this is good. You'll get an opportunity to break bread together and enjoy Chipotle for a little bit. I have one final question as we close the podcast out. You've been involved in after-school programming. You've had these caring adults who've really cared about you, and they've put time and energy into making sure that you are on your way to success. Who's that person that is not an adult, but that's like maybe even a friend of yours, or maybe even a young person that's a little bit older than you, a brother or sister, that really pushes you or helps you stay balanced so that you can continue your march? And Jordan, did you have an answer, or you're like?
No, yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay, who's got one?
I do.
Come on, Ian.
Dr. Adora, Mr. Frank, like those two are like they really helped me out so much throughout my high school, and they helped me out so much, especially this year, my senior year, preparing for college.
What about even younger than them?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
younger than them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about even younger than them? Who's that person that's between the ages of 15 and 20 that influences you? What you got, Christian?
So one of my friends, he graduated from Ponitz. His name is Clement. He was salutatorian at Ponitz.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of keep in contact. He goes to ONU now. He's like that type of person where it's like if you're, let's say I'm stressing about a project or essay I gotta write, he's that type of person that makes you think. Like, he just gives you examples of the thing that you're doing, but makes it smaller to where you could actually understand it. That's a good, thing to have. He's definitely helped me a lot. I've helped him as well. But we also kind of piggyback off each other. Even though he's away, he comes in, see me sometimes. I go see him sometimes. And he's kind of just helped me, be a better person and just kind of think of stuff as, go with the flow, but also keep the momentum going and, kind of reach for higher goals kind of thing.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Who's that young person, 15 to 20, that's been
I'll go
influential for you? And if you don't have one, it's okay.
I could go next.
Go right ahead, Ariana.
I think one person who really influences me is probably my little sister.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Oh, okay.
So I think she influences me the most because I want to show her like that it's okay to have big dreams and that your big dreams will always come true if you put the work in.
I love it. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Who else? 15 to 20. Yeah, I mean, he's a young person. I see you over there
Does it
smiling.
have to be 15 to 20?
Okay, you give me another age range.
Honestly, I think my younger siblings, just as a whole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be younger. Get me together. Get the facilitator together.
I see myself. So I'm the oldest daughter. So I see myself as a role model to them. I want them to succeed just as much as I do. I don't want nobody to be below me. I want people to be with me. So they definitely push me a lot more to really strive in school, and the obstacles that I go through, like, to really get through them. And I think they are what help my mental health actually too.
Okay. Yeah. It does, yeah. I guess Ariana got it started. It didn't have to be older. It could, or your same age. It can be somebody younger. And to your grandfather, I said hi. Her grandfather and I are first cousins. What say you, Jordan?
Probably like honestly, most of my friends. I don't know, cause like this is such a hard question.
Yeah. You have different sets of friends, or you have so many, or it's just, or.
I would say I have like different like sets of friends, I guess, because like one of like my best friends, her name's Lily. She's a senior at Stivers too. She's in the orchestra. She just helps me on like a day-to-day week and stuff like that. She just helps me like be a better person because like I have made friends in the past who are like not good people and like not really like there for me and stuff like that.
That's the thing.
So, yeah, and so but like being with her, especially like this year, because this year's like when we got close. She just like I feel like I've seen a new side to life other than negative and friendships and stuff. And another one is another best friend of mine is her name's Liz. She graduated last year, and she's not going to college right now, but she's like doing like trade work right now. And so it's just like also seeing her and doing what she loves to do right now. It helps me keep going forward. So one day I'll be able to do that too. And then like just like my other friends, like they're always helping me out every single day, whether that's schoolwork or just talking me like through a problem that I'm having in life. Another one is his name's Zayden. Been going to the same school for like 14 years now. He's a really big help with me, especially in my magnet because he's in there too. So he's always right there for me. And another one is Kevin. He's he honestly he helps me probably one of the most besides Lily, especially with my schoolwork and just like being there for me and talking me through things. So I would say almost like all my friends.
I love it. I love it. Norbert, you finish it off. I didn't forget anybody, did I? Norbert?
Finish it off?
Yeah. This is
I would go for my siblings, you know, because I really love my siblings, you know. That's my family.
You know what?
Family, you know.
This feels really good to hear you say that.
Huh?
Because I sometimes I see siblings arguing and fighting and bickering. That doesn't mean they don't love each other. But
Yeah.
I hear you say that with deep passion. Tanzania, right?
Yeah.
Do you still have family back there?
Step families, yeah, probably, because a lot of my family members are still in Africa.
Okay.
So and there's a war back there and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there's not really much I can do over here, but I still really do love them though, you know, even if they're still back there. So I look up to my siblings. Now I don't look up to them, but I do love them though. I mean, I look up to my older sisters, of course, you know, and my brothers. I do love them, and I want to prove them. I don't know how to say this, but
Be an example?
yeah,
An exemplar is a big fancy word. The exemplar, something that they can mimic or they can be one day.
Yeah, I want to be a leader. That's what I want to be. You know?
Very good.
I want to show them. I want to show them that we, as a family, we can be something. You know, we can truly be something if we actually try.
That's another important word you used. Use we. Yeah, I heard lots of you refer to, especially when you refer to your siblings as us, we. That it's not really about you; it's about the team itself. And that's probably a good way for me to end it. Like, this is Team DPS here, and you're getting a chance to see folks who are in our buildings and doing some really good things from the time they walk in the doors until very late in the evening when they get home. Again, this is why we do the work. This is why no matter when people stop me and they say, that's got to be a really hard job, I go, yeah, kind of, sort of, but it's also really rewarding, and this is why. So shout out to the audience. Again, I think maybe we should have everybody play this so they can see their programming.
Absolutely.
Yes, of
Absolutely. Great idea. All right. This concludes episode 5 of DPS The Next Level. The title for this was going to be Now You Know What You Didn't Know. We have one final episode next week. It's going to be one that's been viewed over 100,000 times, the first episode. Wow. It is the episode of The Kindergartners. They are coming back. They'll be sitting right in these seats, and I'll get a second chance to try to corral them and keep them in place for 30 minutes. We're out.